Greetings, Digital Funketeers. Tim Fielder back with the August 29th stream for the Diesel Funk Dispatch. I've been doing this now going on almost 2 months. It's my pleasure to do this with you. Try to do it 5 nights a week, Monday through Friday. I generally start, it looks like my schedules generally starts between 8 and 9 o'clock at night. I can go for as much as an hour. I can go for 2 hours. And on a good day, I can go for 3 hours. That doesn't mean you guys are going to stick with me the whole time, but that is something that I can do. And it's all good. I love streaming. I couldn't believe I'm saying that. I am known for this book here, Infinitum, an Afrofuturist Tale. Hello, Bert Biker. How you doing? Infinitum, an Afrofuturist Tale is my book. Maddie's Rocket is my book. Oh boy, I don't know if that stream is acting up. We'll see. And then, of course, this book here, which is the Graphic History of Hip Hop with my good friend, Dr. Walter Grayson, the endowed chair at Macalester College. Additionally, we are rocking and rolling tonight. I had a major turning point in my adaptation of W.E.B. Du Bois's The Comet. I will show that to you guys now if I can. Let's go here to the desktop, which is looking pretty crowded here with a lot of stuff open. This is what happens when you overtax these computers. Okay, that's pretty good there. And I'll go here to the Adobe Acrobat. And basically, this is what I've been working on. A lot of this stuff was done a while back. But then I had to finish my breakdown, so I added some stuff in there. I got this to my editor yesterday, and I'm hoping that she will respond when she gets her opportunity. She's waited on me long enough, so I can wait on her. And then we're going to be proceeding ahead with uh, uh, the remaining breakdowns. I enjoy this story. I think it's I actually get a great deal of satisfaction out of knowing that I'm adapting Du Bois's work. Uh, I'm probably going to soon enough try to invite Arthur McFarlane onto the show so I can just give him an idea of what's happening and let him know that how much I'm as many issues health issues and stuff like that. I will not give up on this book. I will continue to do it regardless of what happens. I'm committed to doing it because I think it's an important book for our time and our age to be doing, and this is one of the things I want to continue to do. I anticipate, God willing, that I will finish this book. Let me go here and choose it. Nope, we don't want to choose a different folder. We want to go cancel. Okay, we're going to close this here. Oh, we don't want that one. Don't want that one. But we do want this one. Let's save that. Okay, we got it. So I'm going to quit Adobe Acrobat because I want to be able to, let's quit it anyway. So don't save because we want to free up. We have a number of applications open. I have DaVinci Resolve, which I just did the project. I try to do, for you guys who don't know, my projects are generally one long form vlog that will be anywhere from 7 to 15 minutes. A short like this one here, which is the one I did with Susanna Morris, who just released the Octavia Butler biography. And I also have that's the shorts with the portraiture, which I love. And then, of course, I do this live stream. I also work on, I'm doing a kind of new variant where it will be daily affirmations 5 days a week. I don't know why exactly I'm deciding to stick with the weekly thing, because I prefer to give myself the weekends off. That's the truth of the matter. I am not trying to overdo this, even though it's a lot of work coming out. A lot of producing, a lot of work, feeling like I'm getting used to it, and things are going to be slow. I know that. I know things are going to be slow, and I don't mind that. I don't mind things being slow. I don't mind it. People taking a little time to. I don't mind them taking a little time to rock and roll, to get accustomed to what I'm doing. But like I say, I'm going to stick with it until the bitter end. Maybe the end won't be so bitter. You never know. Okay, so announcements. Twitch is going strong. This is great. Twitch is going strong. YouTube appears to be going, and chat is available if anyone pops on chat there. How you guys doing? Diesel Funk Dispatch YouTube is going good. The LinkedIn channel is now, I think, going live. We're not going to worry about it for right now. Facebook is now live, and one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here. I'm going to go right here. I'm actually going to go to the desktop. Well, actually, I'll do the desktop here, and I will see if I can share that to the Tim Fielder page. By default, the streams are sold to the Afrofuturism 2.0 pages, as well as the Graphic History Company pages. So we have followers all over who want to take a look at my stuff and see my process. that is something that I'm willing to do, something that I'm prepared to do, and something that I will do. All right, we're on the Tim Fielder page here. You might be like, well, we can't see anything because I don't want y'all to see my passwords and stuff like that. Okay, that's the way it works. So we can go here to our right there. I'm gonna right click and paste it, and baya, we now have the stream running on Facebook. I wish there was a setting that I knew of so I wouldn't have to open up the Facebook page, but I'm sure there is. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. Okay, so LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn should be working. Yes, LinkedIn is running. We had a little technical thing there. Well, let's try one more time and go live one more time here. See what's happening. Just hit go live and we'll see what goes down. Also, Kick. We have added Kick tonight. This is my first time streaming on Kick, which apparently is a branch of Kickstarter, which, hey, I've been hearing the word Kick, but there you go. I'll just type in hello all. First time rocking tonight. Okay, so we're now streaming to 2 YouTube channels, Twitch, 2 YouTube channels, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, Facebook, and of course the 2 Facebook channels I'm streaming to. Well, 4 actually. Instagram, and what's this other one here? Oh yes, so that's what I'm doing. I'm streaming to all of them. And please let me know if the audio is coming through. I always like to check and see if the audio is coming through, folks. Yep, I think we're good here. And it might even be streaming twice. I don't even know, but we're gonna see. I'm not gonna worry about it for right now. That's a lot of stuff, a lot of streaming channels going there. Okay. Okay, we're good there. All right, great. Now, let's go to, let me close some of these things here because I got way too many applications open. Some of this stuff don't need to be open, man. Some of the stuff does not need to be open. Let's see here. Yeah, we had Zoom open. What do you need Zoom open for, man? Discord. Quickest way to bog your stream down is have a number of crazy applications open. That will do you in for sure. All right. Let me take this pen here. Now, I have been saying I was going to finish up Jason Reeves stuff for a while now. My problem is I'm having difficulty locating it. But we're going to see here. Let's just take a quick look at Bridge here. There we go. I'm going to just go here to Documents. We're going to do a search for 3 things here. We're going to go to, let's see. No. All right, let's try it here. I'm going to type in 133 art. And try to see, okay, we got something there. I don't know. This is some of his old stuff here. But hold on, let me do this. I'm going to, well, actually, I think that's okay. I think we're good there. In fact, that image was a reference, is what I was going to be using for other stuff. So we got that there. Okay, I'm actually going to go back here. Let's see here. Go here. And we want to reveal in Bridge. There we go. All right, thank goodness. It was in the One Nation folder. So we're going to go here. Close up Susanna's piece here. And we will open this up. Whoops. We will not open that up. We will have that be visible there. So for my reference, right? And my reference here will allow me to be able to call on the character. I know Jason's probably not watching tonight, which is okay, but maybe I'll invite him on after a period so he can see how I'm doing. I'm going to minimize Photoshop tonight. We don't need Photoshop going tonight. I do, sometimes make promises that I can't keep. Like, oh man, I'm gonna work on these 3 projects tonight. It's oftentimes ends up being one project. But what I will do here is I will play back the time lapse so you guys can see all the different steps I've gone through. So this is where I wanted to draw the character. Paragon has this kind of fascinating, a mix of military gear, practical skin tight tactical gear, and then he's kind of draped in a cloaked American flag. It's quite interesting where it's mapped out, and you can see here all the different drawing I was doing over time. I wanted an explosion. It's a simple image with a lot of abstraction in it, but I also wanted these vehicles split in half. But I also wanted a tank in there. I don't know why I wanted a tank, but I just felt like a tank would be cool. So I'm just saving that right there for right now. Now, I'm going to go to this half of the truck. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select, with a lasso tool here, this tire. Right there. All right, and I'm going to separate this from that vehicle. All right, I'm going to take this tire here, right, and I'm going to go Command T. I'm going to rotate that tire just like that. Yeah, there we go. Fantastical. All right, now let me turn this off here so I can see what I'm working with here. I'm now going to take this section here of the vehicle, and I'm going to hit Command T, and I'm going to move that up there. All right? Hit OK, and I'm going to take this here, this section. Whoops. I'm going to delete this because we don't really need that per se. We don't need this one here. There we go. Great. So as you can see here, what I'm doing here is kind of breaking this vehicle. All right, we'll go here. There we go. Move that down there. And I will take this here as well. Let's see here. What we're going to do here is just twist that just like that, and we can move that up there. I know it's a little weird the way I'm doing this, but there's a method to the madness. Okay. So we have this. We have that. Do Command T. So what I'm doing here is physically breaking this vehicle up. There used to be points where I would take these kind of drawings and I would, how would I say? I would trace over them and then redraw the tank. But why do that when the shape and the forms are there? All you have to do is just paint on top of it. All right, now this is where it's going to get really weird. I'm going to take this here. I'm going to go right down off in here. Right? I'm going to select this back part here. And I'm going to hit Command T, and I'm going to twist this. Just like that. Right? Because I want a little bend. Like the force of the explosion is doing so much damage. The vehicle here is literally being broken in half. Right? Because I eliminated the back of that vehicle. All right, we got Command D here for deselect. All right, so we got that one. Now we have this vehicle, right? And on this particular part, we want to get rid of most of this stuff here in the back. Right? Well, most of the stuff in the front, I should say. Right? And then take this here. Move that right there. Okay. So I think now we have our vehicle being blown apart. All right, that's pretty good. And I'll work in gray tone because generally I could do a full on painting, but what I'm going to do is work on gray tone. And I'm going to add, do a pass in 3D, in AI to just give me a nice little underpainting here. But we will see how it rocks and how it rolls. All right, let me just check here. Okay, I think we are rocking and rolling. Okay, good. All right, let me just check here. Check my other channels. Go here. Okay. I am enjoying. Sir, hello, Ruthie. How you doing? NYC Ruthie rocks. Thank you for dropping in for a second. All right, I'm gonna go back to Diesel Funk so I can see what's happening here. Go to my streaming section here. Okay, this looks good. No comments yet, but that's all right. We good. All right. Now, it looks like LinkedIn might have some issues here. I don't know why LinkedIn is having issues. Let me go here and check in Mail Studio. Yes, LinkedIn seems to be going through. I don't know why that's happening like that, but let's see what happens if I go back. Yeah, so it's going to say try again. Leave this page here. All right, so LinkedIn was having a few issues. Okay, there we go. Now we're live. Saying go. Okay, it's something. Try again. I don't know why LinkedIn is misbehaving tonight. All right, we're gonna try. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen here on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is misbehaving tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and who knows why. Let's see here. Let's go to our desktop. All right, hang on. There we go. And we will get back to our drawing of Jason Reeves, One Nation. Go here, copy. All right, I'm going to see what's going on in LinkedIn here. Do not understand why that is acting a fool tonight. Okay. All right, I think we got a description now. And I'm going to stop LinkedIn just for the moment because it seems to be acting up here. I'm going to go to, all right, here we're going to go right here. There we go. Okay, and copy this again tonight. Go right here. Okay, good. Now let's try to go back and see what happens when we turn LinkedIn on again. All right. LinkedIn seems to be getting a signal out now, so I have to go live again. I'm sorry. Wow, what is going on with this tonight? Seems like LinkedIn is definitely acting weird. Well, we'll just leave it for the moment. Yep, we will leave it for the moment. I'm not going to worry about it for the moment. Preview is there, so a signal is going through. It just is not going live. I don't want to spend too much time trying to get this together. If LinkedIn is going to misbehave tonight, then we should let it misbehave. Let's go here, right there. One more time. It's the last time I'm going to try this. Okay, that there. Alrighty. Let's go to stream health and see why. Okay. Stream settings. With that, we're going to try one more time here. Let me do it right here, just in case. And if not, then we're not going to worry about LinkedIn. That's in trouble going live with your broadcast. Please try again. All right. Okay, so this is acting weird now. So what I'm gonna do here, let me get a, I'm sorry, I have to apologize to you guys for tonight for LinkedIn acting weird, but I don't know why it's acting weird. But for right now, we're gonna just type it in here. Let's see here. Man, why would that now all of a sudden happen? I've suddenly add kick and now streaming, streaming gets weird with, all right. I'm gonna retry here. Start a new stream. Okay. Bam. Okay, we got that. Okay, let's, whoops. What I'm doing here is adjusting the settings to generate uh, new elements for LinkedIn. That's sometimes you have to do that. Turn that off there. Okay, good. Ready to edit. All right, copy that. Okay, we got that. And we're gonna copy this one. All righty. Okay, so we got that on now. Let's go back and let's see what's happening here. All right, LinkedIn, we're gonna hit it. We're gonna try one more time. It seems to be connecting. All right, we're good there. Again, I must apologize for all of this. This is not what I imagined or would happen tonight. LinkedIn would be the problem. Okay, enough of that. So I'll give it another minute or so to catch on LinkedIn. If not, we will forget LinkedIn for the night. All right. So, oh, there it is. And hit go live and said it may take a few seconds. We're gonna let it keep spinning there. All right, but anyway, so we've got what we've got here. So here's our tank. Here's our stuff here. So what I'm gonna do here, in theory, what I could do is I could take that background there. Now I could redraw that background. I definitely could redraw the background. But there's a part of me that wants to reduce it down here. And maybe the key is to take this here, put that there, yep. Do that and erase the stuff I don't want. Like for example, I like that. I like the tank there. But here, I could erase this truck, right? The military vehicle there. Okay, good. All right, I like that. All right? So that's out of the picture. And then, okay, I think that's pretty good there. Now we'll bring this one back. Yes, I like that. That's pretty freaking creepy there. All right, now we have to take our hero character here, which is, all right, that's our background. Here's our hero character. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select around him with my magic wand tool. Okay, I got to close some things up here because he's a little bit lighter. And I'll take let's do a command U. We're going to take that luminosity down quite a bit. Not too much. Right about there is good. All right, now we can go in here and we can close these holes up here. What we're doing is closing the lines up so that when I begin to apply the fill, it'll be kind of closed off to selections here. There we go. Bring that there. It's pretty good. There we go. Okay, so I'm kind of liking the way he looks here. It's part of me. Whoops. Let me erase down off underneath there. There we go. I want his eye here. Got an eye here, nose here. Alrighty. And this is like a really, really kind of pixelated thing. I'll put his top lip here. Bottom lip there. There we go. Bam. Yep. And then we'll bring the bottom part of this kind of flag thing here happening. There we go. All right, I like that. So we can see his face a little bit better in that section there. All right, cool. It's a little wonky, but I'm all right with that. All right, LinkedIn is misbehaving tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to leave it where I have it for right now. I'm not going to worry about it. If it's going to give me issues like that, I will not. I refuse to spend all night being concerned about whether or not LinkedIn is playing nice. Okay, what do we have here? Refresh this guy a little bit. Okay, so that's, all right, so Twitch is streaming, so that's good. Kick is streaming. YouTube is streaming. Okay, good. Facebook is streaming. Instagram is streaming, that's good. Hopefully this means that I'm not having too much of an issue. Again, I'm streaming everything through Mail Studio, which is great. All right, enough of that. So we go here, let me just erase a little bit around some of these shapes and forms. Right, again, I'm doing something that's very much a superheroic kind of thing. I'm not trying to get overly fancy with the lines, but at the same time, I do recognize I do have to add some kind of heroic elements to this. I want the kind of torn, tattered flag that's also a cape. Alrighty, so I think we've closed most of this stuff off here. Okay, great. Now, I'm going to take my magic wand. I'm going to select on the outside of that, and I'm going to do Command-Shift-I. Underneath, I will create a layer, and I'm going to take the paint bucket tool. I'm going to choose a white color and Payal. So that's there. So now what happens is when I lay the truck in, Command-D this. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me reselect that again. Reselect that again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Edit Fill. I'm going to fill that entirely with white. So as you can see here, the main character is you know, he's masked over these other things here, so you can kind of like see what's going on. All right, see, that's pretty good there. I like that. I like that. So before I do anything, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the character here. I'm going to make this image here of the tank. I'm going to take the saturation down because this is going to be like a color wash over this. Hello, Lamar's. How you doing, man? Good to see you. I'm going to do this here. Okay. So we got that there. Now I want to just remove a little bit of the bottom of this tank here. Take our lasso tool again. All right, bam. I'm going to right click and I'm just going to move it down. So here what I'm doing is the tank is being demolished, right? Kind of split up a little bit and go here. I'm going to take that up just a little bit right there. Right? Okay. We don't need a ton of damage done on this tank, but we need enough damage. Okay. So I like what I have here. Now, for the sake of of um, of how I'm doing this image, I want to go in with a few tones, right? Let me call up Safari here, and I should be, but I don't know if I have that open anymore. Let's go here. Yes, this is Safari. This is my sister-in-law who apparently had done her second video. I think she did. I don't know if she posted it. Yeah, no, not yet. But okay, what's happening on Instagram here? If you can count on anyone, it's gonna be Uncle Tim, who it is conjuring literacy. Oh yes, from the Voodoo Knots. Hello, sir. How you doing, Shaheem? What's happening, brother? Shaheem is a wonderful writer. I was blessed to be asked to participate in a kind of a sci-fi book writers club, speculative book writers club, and this group is called the Voodoo Knots. And for the last, I guess, 3 years or so, I was asked to participate in teaching. So I would run sessions and stuff. And Voodoo Knots are awesome. They do their thing. So we got to see how that works. Yes, Shaheem, I am now active on social. Something you guys told me to do years ago. I'm finally doing it. So stick with me here. Okay. All right. Let's go back, see if we can find that reference here to. Oh yeah, you guys might be saying I was looking at Nano Banana. Have you guys seen Nano Banana? Absolutely insane what they have offered there. Let's see here. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm trying to. There, here they go. So I want this reference for these tanks here, for these vehicles, right? I know there's going to be a kind of a yellow motif that I want to keep to this, right? So we'll click here. And now what I'm going to do, I don't know if this is going to work, but work with me. All right, that's our kind of smoke and explosion stuff. So what I'm going to do here is go over with a little wash. Do this here. Yep. And I will turn that to a multiply. Okay, let me undo that a little bit. I meant to go over with a wash on a separate layer. There we go. And we'll turn this to multiply. That right there will be normal. Okay, good. So now watch what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this. Oh, did not mean to move that over. That sucks. Okay, there we go. We move that back. Sorry. Sometimes you can grab lines and this type of stuff and it'll mess you up for a second, but I guess you just got to be gentle with your strokes and make that a little bit darker there. Oops. I have some painting on a guy. Delete there. There we go. So you see what's happening here? It's going to be a light coming from that source there. You can take this here, just a little bit of like explosive stuff. There we go. See what's happening? So now, as you see, these explosions are pretty, supposed to be pretty intense stuff. And I don't mind if these shots here look more abstract, right? I don't care about that so much because it's an explosion. So there's a lot of kind of chemical elements that are being thrown about at a high velocity. So that's kind of like what I want to be able to do. All right, now here, I'm going to take a shadow here. See? Extend that. All right, so we see the tank here kind of having its issues. All righty. Smoke. There we go. All righty. Liking that. A little smoke here. By the way, I saw Thunderbolts yesterday. I mentioned this yesterday. I liked it. I thought it was great. Well done. Still had the Marvel humor, but I thought it was all right. I didn't understand what the issue was. You know. All right, now, so we got that. Now that's a pretty extreme sort of, element going here. All right, I like that. So we can see the vehicles being thrown about. Let me do this here, shadow, right there. Okay, good. All right, now I'm just gonna go in here and add a little bit of this stuff here. And we will go here since we know we have shadows. So what I'm gonna do here now, I'm gonna go to these vehicles and start adding shadows to them. And I'm following the reference over here. You see what I'm doing? This is how I'm pulling this type of stuff off here. And go here. See what I'm doing when I'm adding those shadows? And this is one of the ways that you can quickly bring in materials by using 3D objects. It really does help. It really does help. And you can see here I'm just kind of adding a little variant gradients to these elements. Taking out the kind of triangular thing by smoothing those things out. Right? Do the same thing here. See what I'm doing? Right, since those things there are pretty big, I can even take it a little bit farther. See what's happening? Right? A little bit of stuff here. Okay, cool. Cool that. Cool. All right, on the top here, we'll just do a little bit of this stuff there. I even put a little bit on the top there. This is where the top part of the vehicle opens. All right. Do the same thing here. And, yep. You see what's happening as I'm adding these kind of elements in, these layers in? All right, let's check with LinkedIn to see if it finally got its act together. It's not. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go. So LinkedIn, hey LinkedIn folks, apologies for everything that's happened. LinkedIn was misbehaving tonight out of all the channels. Tim Fielder here, visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist on the Diesel Funk Dispatch. This is my live stream. Whoa, we gotta turn that volume down there. Get a little echo. There we go. So I try to stream 5 days a week. Generally starting, I want to start at 7:30, but it tends to be between 8 and 9:30. I have a long days where I'm doing my work, but I like to get that live stream in daily. I don't know if this stuff is gonna make any difference. That might be something like, yo, this dude talks too much, or it could be anything. I don't know. But I do know that I love doing it, and that's the most important thing. So I'm back here tonight doing my thing, rocking and rolling. Live stream is running on all channels, it appears. Let's see us move this over here a bit, okay? I know it's a Friday night. Some folks are probably out partying, doing whatever they need to do. And yeah, so it looks like Kick is going. This is great. Fantastic that Kick is going, and Twitch is going too. So this is great for all. Love it. I mean, I have to say, it is pretty liberating knowing that the technology exists where you can literally just stream out to anybody, you know, and loads of people, you know, I mean, not like I got that many followers, but people know it's up. That's the most important thing to me. Another thing I'd like to add is that it is very, very interesting to consider the fact that this is the primary way I think one should be looking to reach their audience, in my opinion. In my opinion, that's the world we're in now. It's that sort of situation. It's not nice because it means a lot of people are going to lose a lot of things, and I hate to see that happen, but that's what I believe. I believe we are going into that sort of situation, and it's not nice. It's not very nice, but it is what it is. It is sort of a a scenario in which we have to accept that, like Octavia says, all that changes you, and that is where we are now. That is something that we have to begin to accept in our lives, that certain things are going to change, and the things that are changing now is technology. We're going through a massive societal shift, and I intend to, if I can, be ready with it. So we will see. All right, one of these things might need to go. I'm not sure which one. That one on the back there probably needs to go. Yeah, I would say here probably needs to go. Let's erase that. Yep, that one needs to go. All right. So for a tone here, that's pretty good. I kind of like that. Now what I'm going to do now is go in on this tank. So we're going to add some shadows and lights, right? Do this type of thing. See what's happening? So this is an abstraction because there's a great deal of explosive force that is, let me just take this right here up a notch in here. See what I'm doing? Giving the impression that the treads on this thing are shifting a bit. All right, there we go. See, I like that. That's nice. When you get to this point here, you can kind of like deal with a little abstraction. Little abstraction goes a long way. Yep. Nice. Nice. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these guys in place. Well, maybe not merge. Maybe go in and add softer highlights with the airbrush tool. All right. So we can go here, add these type of things in here. Yep, here we go. All righty. All right. Like that. All right, now we're going to go on the sides here. See, I'm adding, and they don't have to be exact because there's a lot of explosive force going on in this. Now, the technique I'm using is nothing new. This is a technique that has been used by people in the gaming industry and the visual effects and film industry for years and years and years. So there's nothing new about it. Go here. Right? Really showing that force pop off the side of that tank there. See how that highlight, what that highlight is doing is giving the impression of light coming off the sides. Here, here. There we go. So that abstraction is useful to have. Here, oops, make that a little bit darker there. There we go. So we see now we have a tank that's getting blown up and a kind of ASBs. What kind of vehicle is this? I don't even know what it's called. The Guardian. This is kind of a modified Guardian. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back up. All righty. All right, LinkedIn is going well. Very happy. We got one current viewer on there. Thank you so much, whoever you are. Appreciate it. Twitch is going well. Thank you, Twitch. And Facebook is rocking. One of the things I am going to do here, believe it or not, is I'm going to write in all right, we're going to go right there. Image tonight. There we go. So I just sent that post out. Hopefully Jason or somebody involved will see it. All right. So we've got this. I'm going to go back here. Now, I could go in with one more thing. I could go in with tighter highlights. And this time, we're going to go in like this. See how that is? Now we can really keep it tight. See what's happening? So that highlight there is even more extreme. There we go. There we go. So you see that abstraction on there? It's okay for things to be that abstract at points. Because what you're doing is, because there's a massive explosion that's happening here, it's all right if these things kind of take on a form. They're being frayed apart, that kind of thing. That's fine. Here, go here and put there. Side. Okay, I'm liking that. All right. There we go. All right. I kind of like what we got there. Now, let me go through here with the tank. There we go. Just add a little bit of stuff here. Right there. See what I'm saying? So that elements, those elements of those gradients, the hues give you, of the values at least, that gives you something that you can work with. There we go. Boom, bam. All right. Okay. All right, I'm liking that. All right, cool. I think that's a great background. That works for me. Now, let's see what we can do with this guy here. Now, here's where it's going to get a little interesting, because I've got this shot of him. Let's see here. That's the tank highlights. We're going to go here. I'm going to add more on one layer. And I'm now going to take my pen here. And I'm going to actually do this because I want the shadow popping off this dude here. Right? I want it to look like he's at super speed running from this explosion. There we go. And by the way, I'll also do this because I can. Now, again, as I announced, I'm going to use a little AI on this. You might say, well, oh Lord, you're almost done painting. You're roughing in the image. Yes, but there's a way I can use AI in this to use it for what it's really, really good for. And I'll explain to you what that is in just a moment. Now that's pretty good. I like that. All right. So that's pretty good. So we can say a mass figure. I won't put shadows on him because I need his line artwork in here to remain a specific, to keep that kind of tension in the image. So I'm going to hit Command S. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go File, Export Single Layer. I'm going to export a JPEG. And we're going to call this Paragon Illustration LOAR. Okay, good. Go to JPEG right here, and that's good. We're in the game now. Now I've been using VizCom lately to do generation in my art. Now you might say, well, okay, why am I using VizCom? I'm using VizCom for one primary reason, right? I am. Let's go back to my workspace here. I'm using VizCom primarily as a kind of advanced color flatter, right? I still have to do my drawings, as you guys can see. But what I want to be able to do is to, you know how you hire a flatter to do flats for your comics? What I want to be able to do is to take my line artwork, my drawing as it were, and to allow the software to add in rendering. So it adds in the color, right, or the tones, but it adds in the rendering. So right now, as you can see, that image is in there. So the image I created here in Clip Studio Paint is now in VizCom. Different ways. I have to really get better with VizCom. You know, this is going to sound kind of weird. Well, maybe it won't. It's this brother named Jordan Taylor, who is the co-CEO of VizCom, a really brilliant automotive and product designer who helped to create the software. And software was originally intended for people who worked in the product design and automotive industries. And it's a great, great piece of code because what it does in the engines that it's referencing, and again, I'm going to hopefully get more and more knowledge on how this software works under the hood because it's such an essential part. What I do is that I like it because it applies all of the characteristic traits of production design, concept design, and surface design to its rendering engine. So it looks like stuff that will be done. It's not as stylistic. It can be stylistic, but the renderer that I use is like a base level. If you were designing a car, this is what you would use, right? And in this case here, what I want that kind of somewhat realistic photographic realism. You know, I want that. Now, my first prompt was the image. So my drawing that I did in Clip Studio Paint was the first prompt. It was called an image prompt. My second step, right, is all about the prompt generates itself in VizCom. So you see this, it says battle hardened soldier in torn cape and helmet. We're going to say in torn cape with hood, sprinting past a disintegrating armored vehicle with flying wheels and flaming metal debris. Right? We're going to go and tank. All right, we'll just leave that out for now. All right, so we're using VizCom General, and I could get a little bit more and more abstract with the influence, but let me zoom in here so you guys can see this a little bit better. I'm gonna hit Control Plus, or actually, let's see, we wanna zoom into this, if we can. Oop, hang on. Whoops, let's go back here. All right, there we go. So we're ready. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Ah, doggone it! Don't you hate it when the prompt got left out? That's terrible. So it's generating again. So you can see the spinning wheel here. So what's happening is the prompt is generating It's copied. Dynamic low angle 3/4 view of an armored metal tank exploding, flying wheels and smoke, leaping forward uh, uh, of a dynamic soldier wearing a hooded cape runs from an armored metal tank, right? Flying wheels. You know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna go back to the thing here because it kind of like looks like it used what I did. I like what it had here of armored metal tank, armored vehicle, and tank exploding. So we're gonna now I need to add dramatic lighting. I'm gonna call it photoreal, and then we're gonna say cinematic. All right, again, the rule: you must never, ever, ever use another artist's name in your work. I don't do it. I don't want my work to look like another artist's work. Why I want that? That's boring. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. See what kind of abstraction, whether or not this works. I don't know if it will. Wow, that looks kind of weird already. I'm sure we'll be done in about another 10 seconds. Okay, we got some. Okay, the only thing I don't like here is it looks like it's made his cape on fire. But that's not bad. Look at that. Okay, look at that. Oh, that I like. That I like because of the light popping on here. So we're going to add this. Okay, so we got to go with dark cape. Okay. Dramatic lighting emanating from the explosion. Okay. So here we go. So I added that in there. Let's see what happens. Something's happening. Something is happening. Okay, this thing insists on making his cape brighter, like a glow cape. That I don't like. That I like. That's interesting. I'm going to add this with it. That one I like too, sort of. But that one feels, the lighting on that feels good. Okay, we're going to add that one. Now. So again, the thing that happens with this software is that it utilizes the line work in your drawing to generate what I was told it was called when I first started using generative AI back in early, over the Christmas holiday in 2022, 2023. I was told that it utilizes a technology called edge detection. And that edge detection effectively follows your drawing and adds rendering and volume to the image. So it's like in a certain way, it's almost like a 3D render. How you would have a solid object built, but that 3D render gives your image volume, rendering, light, shadow, things like that. Okay, this won't behave itself, but I will say this, that is interesting. That one is interesting. I think we'll add that in there. This one I kind of like quite a bit. But, well, we'll keep it anyway. What about this one? Nah, I don't like that one. And it makes it, again, one of the issues here with the drawing is so abstract that it gives the impression of kind of a space kind of armor clad character, and that's not what we are doing. All right, so I'm gonna close this. I think we've generated enough samples. Now, you might say, okay, what am I doing here? What am I going to do? What I'm going to do is use this as reference. And in certain cases, I may use it as a underpainting, right? Gives me detail that I can go over, keep things, take certain things out. It's pretty cool the way you're going to do this. So we're going to say one nation AI. And this is the name of my reference here. And I'm going to go here to File. We're going to export PSD. So that is now in the download section. So we're going to, now, again, the 3 rules. First rule is thou shalt only use your image as the prompt, as the initial prompt, right? And with that prompt, that's what it is. 2, thou shall never use another artist's name in your work. It shall always be the name of just description. But no, it's got to look like Craig Mullins, or it's got to look like Frank Frazetta. That's not what we're doing here. What we're doing is we're taking your drawing and adding rendering to your drawing. And then there's rule 3. Whatever you make in this software then has to be exported back, which is what I did, into your standard illustration program. So let's go here. We're going to go to downloads. All right, here we go. All right. So I think what we're going to do here, I want to go to downloads. All right, hang on. So I'm just searching here for what I did. So it was One Nation. Hopefully we can find that very soon. Okay. Whew. Starting to get a little sleepy there. It looks like I wake up every day at 5 or 6 a.m. and by 7:38 I'm out the door doing my 5-mile walk. I've done it every day this week. There's no question that it does change your body, that's for sure. All right, hang on, movies. Hang on. Oh boy. Looking for it, buddy. Looking for it. Sorry about this, guys. I know it's taking a little bit longer than I would actually like it to. For One Nation. Here it is. All right, so we're going to drag and drop this right here. Yes. All right, we're going to drag and drop this into Clip Studio Paint. So there we go. So now my job is to take these images and to import them in here. But I'm going to pick the parts that I like. So in this case here, I actually like the background. The background is interesting. But let's do this. I'm going to take, I'm actually going to go here and I'm going to select around this guy. So I'm literally going around here. All right. It's good. And I don't need it to be perfect. I just need to be close enough. In terms of selection, I'm doing this manually, by the way. I could have gone into Photoshop and done it, but I just like the idea of just doing this manually. All right, Command Shift I, and Command C, Command V. All right, so we got that. Turn this one off. So you see what's happening here? The background, the old background. This one, I'm keeping, but I like that one too. That one's cool. But I'm going to go here. Well, yes, I'm going to go here. All right, I like that. I like that. Well, hang on. Command Z. There's something about this background I like as well. And I think what we're going to do is Command Shift I. And we're going to get rid of him there. Right? So now we can go here. This one I like too. I think we'll do the same thing. Well, actually, we will keep the entire image here because I think there's something that can be said for how that character. No, nope. Let's reselect. All right, we're gonna take him out there. All right, the one I want is that one. That one is great. That has a lot of, and even though the cape is glowing, I don't want that, but I can fix that. But this right here, I like. I like this energy in there, right? Yeah, that one there is nah. I mean, as much as I like this image, no, it's a little bit. So we're gonna delete that. All right. So now my goal is to take these images here. I'm gonna go to Command C. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let's go right under here. Right under here. All right. So because these images were all the same size, they kind of like just fit in there directly. See? There's that mask, all that type of stuff. I like that. All right. So we like the light of this. That's pretty intense there. But I don't want the light coming from over here in the upper right hand corner. Let me zoom into this so you guys can see what I'm working with. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on. Alrighty. Now, let me just go on here right quick. Instagram. Okay. Still rocking there. All right, Facebook. We are still rocking. Okay. LinkedIn seems to be going. Thank you for that, viewer. All right, YouTube is going. Both channels are going. Kick seems to be going. Thank you so much, Kick. And of course, Twitch is going. So that's good. So we are now streaming on Twitch, Stream, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And still trying to figure out a workaround for TikTok. We're going to work on it. We're going to get it together, though. All right, now, here's the thing I want to do. I think the characters in this are not what I want. I'll explain you what I mean. I don't need the main character to be abstract. I need him to look pretty good. The only thing from this I can take is the color scheme. So if I'm clicking here, there's a part of me that likes this dark sort of tone soldier here. That's pretty good. But what we're doing now is we are thinking about, let's turn all these off. Gonna go here. All right. Again, I like that. I like how that feels. but I really only like the left part. So what I'm going to do here is erase. There we go. See? Alrighty. Yep. I like that. All right, so you see that light there? All right, cool. Now we're gonna go here. All right, so that's kind of blank there. And I think what I want to do, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. That's actually very, very good. But again, I'm not liking that the darkness in that cape. But that's okay. Here, let's see if we can multiply this. Lighten. Ah, there we go. Look at that. See, that I like. That's pretty interesting. That is very interesting. All right, here. Now I'm looking at here. I don't like that one, so I'm going to delete this one. Oops. Delete that one. Now we'll go here. Yeah, that's something about this one I like. It's more dynamic. So let's get rid of that one. Okay, cool. All right. Let's take a quick break here. So how are you guys doing tonight? Hope everyone is doing well. Hope their day is going well. Again, I am Tim Fielder, visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist known for Maddie's Rocket, Infinitum, an Afrofuturist Tale, and the graphic history of hip hop. I'm going to try to see as time goes on and try to see if I can do. I mean, I'm going to, you know, of course, I'm trying to make TikTok work, obviously, but I'm going to try to see if I can spread it out even more. I considered a day session because I think it keeps me accountable to doing the work. But yeah, this is where we are. Okay. So it's 9:52. Went on a little late tonight. That's okay. And I'm feeling a little drowsy now, so I'm gonna go for a few more minutes, I think, and then we will work how we're gonna work. So let's turn these on here. So there's our character, right? So we know with this, all we really got to do is just render out the character, right? Now, different ways to do that. I can manually render him out, or I can do this, right? And I can go just like this. Let's go export single layer. I'm gonna go, whoops. All right, I just renamed that. Okay, okay. Now there's one thing I might do, just because I can, is I'm gonna move this over here. Oops, not that one. This one, dude. There we go. Smooth this over as far as we can. Okay, great. We don't need downloads anymore right now. We need this guy here. And here's where it gets interesting. And take that, move that over there. So what we have now is our character model. All right. Move that over. All right. He's got flats. Let's say we're going to click here. There we go. So that selects everything in that section here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this brush and we're gonna go to like that. Yeah. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here, go to multiply. There we go. So what I'm doing here is painting in his flats, if you will. I could do it by selection, but you know, what the heck. All right, do a little side here for his other arm. There we go. All righty. I think I can live with what we have here now. Okay, we have his boots, which will be a little bit lighter. Let's take that up a little bit there. Kind of gray, sort of tactical gloves, I guess. There we go. There we go. So what I'm doing here is adding in his color flats. Right, and I think here, we'll make this right here a little bit tan. Like so, because that's the way it looks in the drawing. Alrighty. So we got this here. Okay, that's good. Now, the next thing you want to do is we're going to take, since we know that's white there, what we're going to do here is do this. Take this bright red, and now I'm going to do that. Yep. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. There we go. All right, so we've got his color flats there somewhat. There we go. I won't worry about the stars and stripes right now. Now here, we're darkening up a little bit. Let's go here. Okay. Go back to our red here. All right, great. Alrighty. So we have his color flats done. So I'm going to do another export, file export, JPEG. This we're going to do Paragon single color ILO. Alright, got it. So that's the JPEG here. Okay, let me check here a little bit on Scram. Okay, good. We're doing there. The gram is going good. Facebook appears to be going good. Alrighty. LinkedIn now seems stable. That's great. Both YouTube channels are going strong. Kick is now. And there's one viewer here looking at me. Wow, that's great. Thank you. Let's see here. Now we're going to go to Twitch. And Twitch seems to be rocking and rolling as well. I intend to use Whatnot in the coming month. I think I'm going to start trying to do live social selling. I think it's something that is the wave of the future, is how comics may be, you know, the new way of doing things was mostly Kickstarter or kind of Kickstarter, Patreon. But I'm wondering if Whatnot, which is so immediate, allows you to effectively do your selling of your comics in person, or at least in real life on virtual chat rooms, streaming rooms. So that's what I think. I think it's fascinating to see. So it's interesting, very, very interesting. Okay, liking the way we're going here. All right, it's now 10 o'clock. A little late at night, that's okay. I don't mind that. So what I'm gonna do here is do one last thing and we'll call it a night. So I'm gonna go here back to VizCom. Right? All right, so we got that. So now we need to go to a new, back to workspace. I'm gonna create a new file. I'm gonna start in Studio. I'm gonna go to reference. I'm gonna go into a lot of those things as I learn them, learn how to use them. All right, I'm gonna go here. Both of these images at the same time. Yes. So that goes in like that. See how that goes in there? Now, let's see what this is gonna say. So I just hit the describe button. So I'm doing this without the work of the leaping masked vigilante wearing tattered American flag cape, worn leather jacket. We're gonna say skin tight top, dark cargo pants. Okay, combat boots, clenched fist, dynamic 3/4 high angle view. Watch this. Light comes from the left, rear. Photoreal, cinematic. All right, here we go. Oh boy. And get ready to shut it down for tonight, guys. I mean, some of these streamers that go for hours and hours on end, I don't see how they do it. I think it's incredible. They're IRL streamers. Oh, okay. See, you got the darkness in the cape there. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not what I want, but it's a start. Well, let's see here. It's still filming. That's, oh, notice, look at this. See, trying to put a white guy in there. Leaping African American man wearing tattered African American flags. Okay, good. So we're gonna generate again. Gotta sometimes remember the whole ethnicity thing. It doesn't work as well. unless you tell it what you want. Default is white or Caucasian. All right. Oh wow, look at that. I mean, it is creepy looking, but look at that. Oh wow, wow! Look at that one there. That is the one. Let's add that. Whoa, holy smokes! All right, I don't like that one. This one is dope. Keeps popping back. That's not bad either. Oh, it's already added. I'm gonna add this one too. What about that one? Not so much. But that is very, very good. Very, very good. They're gonna say here. They're gonna say bright light, explosive light. Okay. See what happens. Generate. Oh boy. All right, we got something that works here, maybe. Ah, eh, eh, yeah. No. Close, but no. Yeah, I think the ones we had before were, even though there's something about the lighting on this guy's face I like. So I'm gonna add that, right? So we got these images kind of, sort of there, right? And I'm gonna close this out. And for right now, I think I'm gonna call this evening done. I came on pretty late tonight. Well, it was like what 8:30, 8:35, something like that. So I went. I don't even know how long I went. How long did I go? Let's see. How long? Let's go to live stream here. Let's go here. Apparently, I've been on for an hour and 32 minutes, which is not bad. Hour and a half. Sometimes I'll go for two, so that's not bad. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming in, tuning in, sticking with me for 2 months. I'm probably also the next stage for me in terms of dealing with the social media initiative that I'm doing is, again, like I say, I'm going to start a whatnot channel, but you have to have something to sell. In that case, that'll be my books. I'll be selling my books. I intend to try to have t-shirts and things like that made up so I can become an active seller, social selling. That's something I think that is the future. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Second thing, in the coming month, I intend to try to finish out the Graphic History of Hip Hop, Volume 2 for the Department of Education. I run way longer than I would have liked, but it's okay. You know, we keep working. I have to continue to extend grace to myself. Also, next week, I've been saying I was going to do it for the last few weeks, but I've been, as I've been making my vlog, I'm trying to get my studio right here so I can start using 3D modeling and stuff. And as certain things come in next week, I'll be able to make sure those software elements are available for me to use. Okay, with that, love you guys. Thank you so much. My name is Tim Miller.